Hey everyone, spirited drop from the back of a taxi. Thursday afternoon here in Singapore, and I am heading home after a full suite of client sessions, healing sessions, group coaching call in an hour or so, and then possibly an event tonight. So busy day. Anyway, but I wanted to share with you a really beautiful experience that I had with a remote client earlier this week. And it's in response to a question I was asked recently, and that is, can mediumistic contact happen spontaneously? And I've certainly heard my teacher Christine Morgan share spontaneous contact, but not very often. And I've only had it one time before when I did a session for a client, a mediumistic contact, and then later that night her brother came through again and he gave me an additional piece of information which I sent to her, and which she was very, very meaningful for her. And I think that's actually the only time that someone in the spirit realm has popped through when I haven't been intentionally in a mediumship session, but it happened again earlier this week. So I had a remote session with a beautiful client in Switzerland. I love her. I've been working with her for a little bit, and she's so intentional about her spiritual work, and she's just a beautiful soul. I love her. And I was giving her distance Reiki, and I had a very strong impression of her grandmother. And while it wasn't a full mediumistic contact, because I wasn't actually speaking with my client, so she was just sort of receiving the Reiki. And I have a quick chat. When I do distance Reiki, I have a quick chat with clients, and then I disconnect the call and do the distance Reiki. And then if I have an intuitive read, and sometimes some of my clients love a little tarot read, I'll put all of that in a voice recording and I'll send that to them. And then if they want to unpack it, they can. So, but it was my usual Reiki format, which was I wasn't actually in a live contact with my client. And so I relayed to her in the recording afterwards what I perceived about the grandmother, and it was super accurate. So this beautiful grandmother came through. She was showing me her hands, how she likes to touch her granddaughter. She showed me honey. She showed me putting up shade cloth over plants that she used to grow. And I wish it was a mediumistic contact, because all of the things she showed me were really relevant and great evidence for my client that a grandmother in spirit is around her really closely. And what's beautiful is that she relayed that information to her sister, and her sister reminded her that the day of our session was actually her grandmother's birthday, and on all birthdays her grandmother used to make honey cakes, and so just really beautiful evidence, made even better by the confirmation that her grandmother was coming through on her birthday to say hi and remind her of the honey cakes. How gorgeous is that? But I don't, that's not usual, at least for me. So if I'm doing Reiki, I'm doing Reiki. I certainly do a psychic read when I'm doing Reiki, but my mediumistic contact is a separate sort of operation of my mind. But occasionally, you know, our people in the spirit realm know that we're with their loved ones, and they kind of push through a little bit, and that's what this grandmother did earlier this week, which is beautiful. So I hope that's got you thinking. Okay everyone, I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.